Hey, what's up guys, how you all doing? Now, focus farming. How do you farm as much as possible? What's your go-to mission of choice? Is it exterminates or spy missions, or do you max out your focus by doing your daily sortie missions? So I came to realise that I haven't updated my focus farming videos since they changed the way enemies spawned in both sabotage missions and exterminate missions, because previously you could kind of exploit massive amounts of focus by rushing to the end of an exterminate mission and all enemies would spawn in one room and you could basically just stealth kill all of them and get your focus maxed really easily. In sabotage it was kind of similar. You could go to one room and enemies would spawn over and over into it and you would get a kind of never ending amount of focus and nearly max out your focus in just one run. However, like I said, it was changed a while back. So in the last few videos, some of you guys noticed that I was of course farming my focus and wanted to know how I go about doing it and which missions that I prefer to run. And honestly, right now I'm trying to max out my Unairu focus school completely as a challenge to kind of keep myself from going insane while I'm waiting for the War Within update. It's kind of just giving me something to do while I wait. Now this is how myself, and to be honest probably a lot of you guys, already farm your focus. One stealth frame, either Ivara or Loki or even Ash. Hell, I've been using a Rest and Rage Equinox to spread her sleep and still get an easy amount of kills and focus from doing my runs. Blind Excalibur can also be effective if you choose to run with him. Entirely up to you. Now you will need either a silent weapon to not alert enemies, like a silent primary or a silent secondary, or you can mod to make those weapons silent either, or you can run with a melee weapon of choice. Autos Prime is a favourite and it is great with primed reach to help you kill as many enemies in one group as possible, or you could use the Vaker Sidon, which can also be good, or any dagger with covert lethality. Honestly, pick whichever weapon you prefer to run with. Once you're having fun, then that's the main thing. And what you will want to do during this mission is get stealth kills and keep your 500% stealth multiplier up as long as you possibly can. Pick up any focus boosters that you see in your mission, which of course are those little gold pickups to help increase your focus gain. One good tip is that if there is a focus booster in a room full of enemies or just beyond the room that is full of enemies, then go and pick up that focus booster first before you go about nuking the room that is full of enemies, just to help maximize the amount of focus that you're going to get from all of those kills. You will want a high level mission to run as well. Preferably an exterminate. They seem to be the mission of choice for a lot of us, and I run two separate missions depending on how I'm feeling at the time. One of these missions is on Sedna and it's called Adara. It is a Grineer exterminate mission, and the other mission is on Pluto and it is called Archeron, and of course it is Corpus. Archeron has higher level enemies, but it can be a little bit annoying because of those Corpus weirdos that disrupt your stealth abilities. But like I said, enemies are higher level as well. Nullifiers will be in these missions, but if you have a melee weapon with primed reach on, then they shouldn't be any problem whatsoever. Now Sedna is the easy option. It's Grineer. Just watch out for the arc traps on the ground, which can give away your location to enemies and break your stealth multiplier. With both of these missions, if I have a good run and keep that stealth multiplier up as long as possible, I generally come out between 25 to 35,000 focus, depending on the amount of enemies that spawn into the mission in the first place and how many I have to kill. Also, having an affinity booster equipped will double the amount of focus that you gain in these missions, because focus is tied to the amount of affinity you gain. Having a greater lens on both your Warframe and the weapon that you're getting kills with is also the best way to go about maximizing your focus gain, as affinity is shared between Warframes and weapons. So, say for instance I'm going to be getting 30,000 focus in a mission. Without an affinity booster you will only be getting 15,000 focus, which still is a really nice amount of focus. Having a greater lens on both your Warframe and your weapon that you're getting kills with is the best way to maximize the amount of focus that you get, and that's how I do it. If you don't have a greater lens on your Warframe and weapon, then that's okay. It will of course reduce the amount of focus that you gain. And because affinity is shared between your Warframe and your weapon that you're getting your kills with, that's why I run with a greater lens on both. And if you're only running with one greater lens on your weapon and not on your Warframe, then of course you're going to be reducing the amount of focus you gain as well. Your daily sortie missions are also a very good way to get a nice amount of focus depending on what those daily sortie missions are. Of course, enemies are a lot higher level, so that will help gain a lot more focus. Feel free to let me know in the comment section below how you guys go about leveling your focus or hitting your focus cap every day. That's if you go about doing it every day. I did go through a phase where I was kind of just passively earning focus by having lenses equipped by doing my day-to-day missions. I didn't kind of go out of the way to hit that focus cap every day, whereas now I am, to try and get that Unairu tree maxed out as much as possible. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, or don't if you didn't. Subscribe for more Warframe, and as always, thanks very much for watching.